Who's there?
Oh my god!
Ah! Fuck this! Oh, I can't see anything. Oh! 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 Oh my god, what the is that?
They thought it was just another peaceful night under the stars, until the forest went silent. What happened next? Well, let's just say, not everything that watches you in the woods has eyes you can see. Welcome back to Silent Nightmare, where every shadow has a story, and every story might just be real. This chilling video was captured by Dan, a YouTuber you might know from his channel, Exploring with Fighters. Known for his love of adventure and the outdoors, Dan often ventures into abandoned buildings, haunted forests, and uncharted locations to bring his viewers along on thrilling explorations. Fascinated by the paranormal, Dan is always searching for answers, hoping to capture something extraordinary on camera. But on this particular night, what he captured was far more terrifying than any ghost. It was November 14th, 2022, a cold, eerie winter evening when Dan set out on another exploration. This time, he headed into the infamous Epping Forest, a place rumored to be haunted by dark legends and ghostly apparitions. Luckily, Dan wasn't alone. His good friend Flex joined him, as they had braved many adventures together before.
Right, so we're heading towards a church. We're going to take a walk from there and find somewhere to camp. And I will be telling you more haunted
uncharted locations to bring his viewers along on thrilling explorations. Fascinated by the paranormal, Dan is always searching for answers, hoping to capture something extraordinary on camera. But on this particular night, what he captured was far more terrifying than any ghost. It was November 14th, 2022, a cold, eerie winter evening when Dan set out on another exploration. This time, he headed into the infamous Epping Forest, a place rumored to be haunted by dark legends and ghostly apparitions. Luckily, Dan wasn't alone. His good friend Flex joined him, as they had braved many adventures together before.
Right, so we're heading towards a church. We're going to take a walk from there and find somewhere to camp. And I will be telling you more haunted history of the place. But I'm not sure what we're actually going to do tonight, whether we're just going to do a stealth camp or not.
As they arrived at the forest, they parked their car and stepped out into the darkness. In front of them stood an old, creepy church with a graveyard beside it. The atmosphere sent shivers down their spines, but they pressed on.
Look at that. That's creepy. Well, if we go around the back of the church and camp in the forest there, yeah, we can have a fire because we're not on the graveyard. We're in the forest. Yeah, what the hell was that?
That wasn't a normal fox noise.
Could have been.
It could have been, but that doesn't sound like a normal fox.
Right, come on, let's grab our stuff and set camp. It's getting cold already, so let's.
Walk right through the graveyard.
Yeah, if we walk through the graveyard, we'll go right to the back. Are you ready to go and find somewhere to camp? Full moon's beaming down above you.
Suddenly, they heard a strange, unexplainable sound.
The graveyard, we'll go right to the back. Are you ready to go and find somewhere to camp? Full moon's beaming down above you.
Suddenly, they heard a strange...
To go and find somewhere to camp. Full moon's beaming down above you.
Suddenly, they heard a strange, unexplainable sound, but surprisingly, they brushed it off, assuming it was a fox or some other wildlife. Grabbing their gear, including sleeping bags and a tent, they ventured deeper into the woods, unaware of what was watching them. After finding the perfect spot, they set up their large tent, built a campfire to stay warm, and settled inside, chatting about life as friends often do. But that peace didn't last long. Soon, more unsettling noises echoed from the woods around them.
What was that weird noise? It just sounded like something way in the distance, but in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like a thump. Like a thumping hollow sound. It's just the weird woods, that's what it is.
I kind of feel better in this tent.
I hope it's a fox. Sound like a scream.
The fox said.
A scream.
Stop now. Some weird noises.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is cooking the food in here.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll give it like 10 minutes and we'll start cooking it.
Yeah.
But it's an owl.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely an owl.
At first, they assumed it was just normal forest sounds, but something about it felt off. A growing sense of unease crept in, making them want to stay inside the safety of the tent. And their instincts weren't wrong. But before we get to that moment, they first prepared a warm meal and retreated to the tent. For a brief time, the night actually felt calm. Little did they know that calm would be shattered.
I'm good. Do you like the broccoli?
We'll try some now. I've never actually tried it.
It makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work that went into it. Oh!
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear that walking around? What's that? What the fuck is that? I don't know. It could be an animal, but I don't know. I hit the tent.
Suddenly, something touched the tent with force, and they heard footsteps circling their campsite. The boys froze, staring at each other in fear. They both thought the same thing. Who or what is out there? The answer came all too soon.
I don't like this.
They listened quietly as the footsteps grew louder, slowly circling the tent, as if the intruder wasn't even trying to hide. As if the intruder wasn't even trying to hide.
What was that? A branch or something? I've been for a bit, but I haven't heard anything like that all night. That's what worries me.
Don't make fun of my pants, by the way.
That was down there, wasn't it? Yeah. That's what they chilled. I'm gonna turn all the lights off now.
Dan and Flex turned off their lights, sitting in complete silence with their hearts racing. For 5 agonizing minutes, the footsteps continued. Finally, they decided to act.
So I've got a CCTV camera up there. It might caught it on there. I put it up there because last time we got a fox on camera walking around the tents. So I wanted to see if we capture any animals walking around. But whatever that was, it smashed the side of the tent. But it could have legit footsteps. At first I thought, hold on, it could be like a branch falling off the tree, right? But the way it smacked the side of the tent, but then the footsteps, but then it could have been an animal. I'll have to check that CCTV footage.
How soon can you check it?
Tomorrow morning when we get back.
Carefully, they unzipped the tent and peered out into the pitch-black forest. But there was nothing. Just the eerie stillness of the woods. Trying to come up with a logical explanation, they brushed it off again, telling themselves it was probably a branch falling, or maybe an animal that had wandered by. With that in mind, they returned to their dinner and reassured each other it was nothing serious, just something drawn to the smell of food.
No, I reckon we turn the lights out. Yeah. And just sit in silence for a bit in the dark. Leave the fire on. The fire's on like quite low.
What are we going to do about that?
Well, I would like to finish it. It's going to be cold now.
We try.
We've probably attracted something because of the smell.
When do we ever not attract something? When we do the steak?
Maybe we should ban the steak.
After eating, they settled in for the night, still unaware of what the footage had actually captured. The rest of the night passed without further disturbances. At dawn, they packed up and headed to a nearby hotel to review their footage. What they discovered sent chills down their spines.
So when something's triggered on the camera, it takes about 2 or 3 second delay. So I didn't actually catch whatever was thrown at the tent. But check this out. I did see this. In the bottom right corner, something comes into the frame. There was definitely someone there. And it looks like they just took a look what was going on. And as Flex pops his head out to take a look, they dart off into the darkness. Now this is quite a scary thought.
On the video, a man could be seen walking toward their campsite, and then just standing there, silently, right next to their tent. The figure didn't move. It didn't say a word. It simply stood there, watching them. As soon as Dan and Flex unzipped the tent door, the man vanished into the woods. They were stunned. All night they'd assumed it was an animal, but the footage revealed something far more sinister. Someone had been lurking around their campsite, silently observing them, and it didn't seem like this person had good intentions. He made no attempt to alert them to his presence, and when he realized they were awake, he slipped away into the darkness. Dan and Flex were haunted by the thought afterward, but grateful to have made it out safely. One thing is certain: next time they go camping, they'll they'll be more cautious, and they'll never brush off strange occurrences so easily again. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and to thank you for being part of this horror-loving community, we're giving away a special gift once we hit that milestone. If you haven't already, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned. Who shares his life in the countryside on his channel, Mod Vlad. Since moving to his rural home, Vlad has noticed strange occurrences around his property at night. Hoping to uncover the mystery, he began documenting the events on camera and sharing them online. It all began on the evening of November 2nd, 2021. While Vlad and his wife were outside letting their new puppy go to the toilet, they suddenly heard something unusual.
It was a cold night.
The
and we were
toilet?
taking our new puppy, Charlie, outside to use the bathroom. We started hearing what sounded like barking noises from across the field behind our house. Upon listening to this barking sound, I noticed that it really didn't sound like a dog. It almost sounded like something was mimicking a dog. Didn't think nothing of it at the time. We were in good spirits, and I started barking back at it. Or rather, I was saying woof. Woof! Woof! Bark! Bark, bark, bark! And 5 seconds later, we heard the sound again, only it was right on our fence line.
At first, they didn't think much of the sound, though they couldn't help but wonder what it might have been. But just seconds later, the same sound echoed again, this time from the opposite end of the field.
Me and my girl were kind of puzzled. It was the exact same sound, but how could an animal move that fast? Again, didn't think nothing of it. Then we started hearing other sounds, kind of like a bird. And again, I mocked it.
Once the noise stopped, Vlad and his wife headed back inside, brushing it off as nothing serious. But the next evening, while Vlad was outside smoking a cigar, he felt something he couldn't explain, the eerie sensation of being watched. Later that night, while reviewing his security camera footage, he discovered something chilling. His unsettling feeling hadn't come from nowhere. Though he hadn't seen anything in person, the footage hinted at something unexplainable lurking nearby. Months went by without any further incidents. But Vlad's unease only grew. Determined to find answers, he installed wildlife trail cameras around his property. Then, one day, while checking the cameras with his daughter, they found one lying on the ground.
Yeah, that's interesting. Looks like somebody took the module out of it. That's nope, here it is. There's that. And here is the module. Great, maybe this caught something. Battery's low. Okay, hold that. Did you get the laptop?
No, it's okay.
Yes, okay. All right, well, thank God for that. Let's see what's on this. Can you hold this? There's probably some kids or something I want to see right now. Okay, let's pull the SD card out. Okay. What did that even sound like?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go. I'm getting a little paranoid. Okay, I'm gonna go home and better inspect this video.
When they reviewed the footage, they heard an eerie, otherworldly growl, followed by something physically touching the camera.
Discovered on that trail cam scared me. Whatever it was definitely an animal. From what I can make of it, it looks like a deer. But it definitely does not sound like a deer. And how is a deer able to push a tiny button on the trail cam to pop the modular out?
The discovery left Vlad disturbed and full of questions. He replayed the footage over and over.
Hey, sorry, I
But it
had
was
to
unlike
reheat
anything
me
he'd
some
ever
more
seen or
pizza.
heard before. A few weeks later, two
I've
friends came
missed
to
the
visit
last
for
few
the
minutes.
weekend. Curious about the strange events, they decided to explore the area at night, hoping to find clues.
Give me that flashlight.
Dude. Yeah, take that flashlight. Oh, did you hear it? It moved way back there, dude. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? Hold on. Oh my God.
Close, that was close.
It's back over there. Well, whatever that is, it's hopefully normal.
Like up there.
Yeah. We've been out here for a solid 4 to 5 hours, and we've heard some
Do they have like an
pretty
ATV?
strange things, but
That's
nothing
cheating.
groundbreaking. Tonight was somewhat of a bust. There are fireworks going off in the distance. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
But after hours of searching with no results, they gave up and returned home, frustrated. The weeks that followed left Vlad constantly on edge, especially after nightfall. Then, one night, while walking his dog, the atmosphere shifted again.
This way, buddy. It's okay. It's okay, come on. Calm down, calm down. Come on. Calm down. My heart is pounding. Teddy's still going nuts.
As Vlad made his way down a path, a rustling sound emerged from the nearby bushes. His dog reacted with visible fear. Feeling unsafe, Vlad quickly turned on his camera and began heading home.
I can't see. It's okay, it's okay. What do you sense, buddy? What do you sense?
That's funny because I can't see either. Damn it.
He's scared. I'm scared. Oh my God. Ted. Charlie, come on. Charlie, come on. Come on, Charlie. What do you see?
He sees exactly what you see. Fucking nothing.
We're back.
But before going inside, curiosity got the better of him. He walked over to the fence and peered into the darkness, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever had been out there.
Charlie, get back. Charlie.
Come on, man. Is a beard like that?
Oh my God.
What?
Then, breaking
The
the
fuck?
silence, a chilling childlike voice echoed from the other side. Startled and overwhelmed, Vlad bolted back inside, shaken to his core by what he had just heard. To this day, The mystery of what lurks around Vlad's property remains unsolved. No further updates have been shared since this video, and this eerie story leaves us with nothing but questions and a lingering sense of the unknown. The Hunting Public is a channel dedicated to real hunting adventures. Nothing but the mystery side echoed from the other, then breaking the silence.
Charlie. Oh my God. Charlie. Oh my
What
God.
the fuck?
Then, breaking the silence, leaves us with. It follows a group of hunters as they document their experiences in the wild. In this particular episode, dated September 25th, 2022, Nick and Ted woke up early, aiming to reach their hunting spot undetected. They waited there for some time, but with no activity, they decided to move later in the afternoon. Their new destination was a secluded public area, hoping for better luck. After settling into position, they began another round of waiting, but what happened next was something completely unexpected and terrifying.
Alright, so me and Dad are set up. We ended up getting almost a mile and a half back in here. And we're walking this ridge top like we were talking about. It ended up being 3 super fresh scrapes. I mean, they're just like completely pawed down. No leaves sitting on them or nothing. So we jumped up in a tree. Pretty dang high up in a tree. Yeah, real high. And we're actually like directly above one of the scrapes. I mean, there ain't nothing out here.
At first, it sounded like an angry man shouting. It was unclear whether he was just venting or yelling at someone nearby. But then things escalated.
Right before that last gunshot, it sounded like a truck revving up or something, like in gravel, throwing gravel or something. And then that gunshot was like, that one sounded like a rifle. That last one, like, all the other ones sounded like a handgun. That last one, like,
Now, you might not be able to understand the fact that this guy can determine whether it's a handgun or a rifle, but us boys down in the South, we know our guns. We know what they sound like. Look at this guy's face. You get banned on YouTube if you've done anything like this. This is considered blackface, I would assume. But these boys know the difference between a rifle shot and a handgun shot.
that one sounded like a rifle. That last one, like, all the other ones sounded like a handgun. That last one, like,
You could make out a few things they were saying. It wasn't good.
things we won't repeat on here. But it was like blood-curdling screaming. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
Let me reiterate, though. Let me reiterate. He's not blackface. That's what hunters do in the South. They put shit on their face. I don't know why. It kind of helps camouflage them. But that's the reason why he had all that stuff on his face.
Something not good's going on. Imagine if we would have ended up warping them on it. How close we would be to that.
We might have been able to see it. That's terrifying.
That is wicked.
Well, hopefully nobody got shot, but sure sounded like somebody did.
Sounds like somebody might have got killed over there.
The man screamed, followed by several gunshots, and then silence. Total silence. And this wasn't just anywhere. It was deep in a remote part of the woods. Nick and Ted didn't waste any time. They left the area immediately, made it back to their vehicle, and called the authorities.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department.
Okay.
Me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon. But then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people, obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening, and then I could hear vehicles taking off and coming to a halt, and we didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
A few days later, they followed up with the police to see if there were any updates. But the investigation didn't turn up anything, and the case was eventually closed. Now, it leaves you wondering, was it really a murder and the person had enough time to hide the evidence? Or maybe it was someone in such intense rage that they just shouted into the void and fired off shots to release it all. Either way, it's chilling to think about. This chilling adventure comes from creepy outdoors, the fearless YouTuber known for seeking out the most haunted forests. But this time, his experience was far more sinister than usual. On a quiet day in May 2024, he ventured deep into the woods with his loyal dog. As they strolled through the forest, they found the perfect spot to set up camp. Little did they know, the night was about to take a terrifying turn. As darkness fell, the woods grew colder, quieter, and more isolated. He enjoyed his evening by the campfire, savoring the stillness. But the serenity didn't last long.
Creepy outdoors here. By myself camping, as usual. And I'm a little shook up right now because I heard some strange sounds. Stay here, Mike. Stay here, Mika. Stay here. sounded like some sort of growling. I'm not sure. I wasn't recording. I was just enjoying my night, and
Suddenly, strange noises echoed from deep within the forest. He grabbed his camera to capture the unsettling sounds.
Hello? Shh, shh, shh. It's okay. I'm just talking to my dog right now. What the? Mika, stay here. Stay. Come, stay. Stay here, good boy. Good boy, stay, sit. Sit down. Hello? What the? Calm down.
The noises grew louder, closer, surrounding him from all sides, making him feel increasingly uneasy. What would you do if you were alone in the dark, surrounded by eerie sounds?
There's been a lot of dead trees around. Maybe it's Mika. Oh no. Come on. Mika! Oh no. Mika, come back. Oh shit. This dog is... Come here. What are you doing? Stay here. What's out there, boy? I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm hoping it's like a bear or something just walking by, but there's these banging sounds on both ends. I need to calm down for now. Hello? Is anybody out there?
The silence that followed was deafening. The YouTuber later shared his fear, admitting he had never encountered anything like this.
Out of all my camping trip, I've never been this freaked out. Mika, come back. What are you doing?
All I'm saying is the greatest Western Empire would be envious of what you're working with. Romans would see that and weep with jealousy. Yeah, damn straight, dude. Fuck with me, Romans. Hillbilly, what's up, dude?
Wrath incarnate. Obey only me, Blood Horde. Lands to burn.
Are these exactly the same? it's just whether we want demons or mortal recruitment. Okay. Okay. You think you're being botted? Can I use you a minute? Can I raid you and see if they come? I don't really want your bots here. Oh, what's going on? What's happening?
We can hope. They said they would have it done in one day. Wormhole. There's that one. Nice.